Thursday night's town council meeting marked what will likely be the beginning of the end for John Klim's tenure as Barnstable town manager. In a 6-5 vote, the council approved a restructured contract for the town manager that would relieve him of his day-to-day duties as of September 30th. The agreement specifically states that there is, quote, no cause for discipline, suspension, removal, or termination of the town manager, end quote. The nature of the agreement and the absence of any detailed explanation as to why this action was taken left many residents frustrated and confused over what had happened and why. When given the chance to speak at Thursday's meeting, members of the public did not hesitate to make their feelings known, and as you'll see throughout this episode, no one was feeling sympathetic toward the contingency of councilors who voted to buy out the town manager. Take a look.
63 Pleasant Street, and I think I have a right to be up here. I've been told that I don't. I think I have that right. This man has been a fair man. He's Saturday and Sundays, he's down below working for the town, and everybody that I talked to never had a problem with Mr. Klim. Mr. Klim would help people, and he was passionate. I don't believe this is happening. You're going to lose a very, very good man. You better think, because sometimes the banana peel might be on some of you people, and they have been on you people. I don't think this is fair. But if this is the way you are, God help the town.
I also happened to be on the search committee when we were looking for a new town manager, because we had a similar situation, maybe a little different. And it was a very trying time. And then when John came in for his interview, there was no question that he was the man for our town. And John has continued to be the man for our town since he's been in this position. He's worked very hard. He's accomplished things that we thought were impossible. And I don't think that any of us who, even now or in the future, we will remember those things and do those things. And we're all richer because John Klim was in our midst.
My name is Bill Nicholson, and I live in Osterville and have lived on the Cape and owned a home here or in Truro for about 30, 35 years. I heard about this meeting and the difficulties that Mr. Klim was up against this afternoon at about 5 o'clock. I had no idea that something of this sort was going on. I think it's remarkable. I look upon him from afar. I read the papers daily, and I have an idea of what he's done for this town. I view him as an intelligent, articulate, honest, and hard-working public servant. I don't know what more you could want. And my gut feeling is I don't know what the reasons are for his finding himself in this predicament, but my gut reaction is it's vindictive, petty, and political. And I think it's just so unfortunate for the town. And I don't know how you people are going to justify paying this man what you're going to be paying him. Who the devil else would want to come to this place? And I must say, I urge you, I don't think this council, my observation for the last 10 years, has particularly distinguished itself. And here, once again, you think you're on the verge of undermining whatever position you have by taking a negative vote on our town manager. So I urge you to reconsider for the sake of the town and for yourselves.
The previous speaker wondered aloud how the council would justify spending taxpayer dollars to buy out manager Klim's current 5-year contract. It's a valid question, considering that the agreement would relieve Klim of his duties on September 30th, but would continue to pay his salary and health insurance through March of 2013. Councilors speculated that the cost of such an agreement could exceed $250,000. Sue Rohrbach, District Director for State Senator Dan Wolf, had similar concerns. A number of others did too.
I see this so-called agreement as financially foolish. I see no reasons for this action that is supposedly to be voted on. There has been little or no open discussion about any reasons or even about the fact that this was going on. If rumors from your executive session last week had not gotten out, or if the town council president had not called this special meeting, no one would even know that this was going on. How will you explain to your constituents and to the town that you have forced out a town manager who has gotten good reviews, who has a contract, for no stated reason, and that it will cost the town well over $200,000 at a minimum, with little or no public notice? This is not fair to the voters. It's not fair to the citizens. It's not fair to the taxpayers. And it's not fair to a man who has served this town for well over 25 years. I first met the town manager in 1985 when he was a selectman. Since then, I've served on a number of town boards. I've been involved in town government in Barnstable pretty much that whole time. And I have to say, this is the worst process I've ever seen. I am appalled.
I'm Mimi McConnell from Katuitt. I did write down 3 Ds. I don't mean I'm giving a D to the council, but I wrote these down because I believe that reflects how the citizens of our town feel, and will feel especially after they learn what has happened here tonight. The first word is disheartened, because I believe the public is disheartened in general due to the lack of cooperation seen on this council. Disappointed because of the lack of mutual respect. I have to say that the mood of the council has devolved in such a way that there's very little civility, respect for each other, and I think that's very regrettable. Dismayed at your not finding common ground. I've sat where you have sat, and I know that even if people disagree on personnel or on issues, if you really care about the town, you will forget your own personal prejudices or hidden agendas, and you will find the common good, because that's why you're here. So I would hope, and I do have a hope, that you will rethink your actions and that you will rethink how you act in the future, because you are better than this. I pray you are better than this.
Helen Bresnahan, Centerville. I just want everyone to take a good look at that space between Barbara Ford and Tom Lynch. And I want you to realize that that space may not be filled in at the end of December, or it may be. But whoever it is, it's probably someone who we don't know and who probably does not understand the town of Barnstable as well as it has been led by a wonderful town manager. I would also like you to consider the fact that although the person is an employee, you have to also consider the fact that you may have to let other people go through the years, through the times. Are you going to be treating those employees, some of them right here in front of you, the same way that you treated Mr. Klim? The employees would really be concerned about that, and they are concerned probably for Mr. Lynch, Mr. Klim, and I hope you reconsider.
Join us Monday on Barnstable Today, where we'll bring you highlights of the town council's discussion of the manager's contract from Thursday's meeting. Also, throughout the week, we'll be hearing reaction from town department heads and other community leaders on Barnstable This Morning, our daily talk show. But that's all the time we have for now. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.